Ow!
Welcome in, everyone. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. No score here in the first. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna went deep twice in his last game. Late that time, and it's strike two. Stays alive. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. One down. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay, but he's in there easily.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to...
Now time called at the plate. Looks like we've got a substitution at second. Pirates going with a pinch runner, Bryce Harper. Here's Jose Ramirez. Runner takes off. Hard liner. Hauls it in. Runner pretty far from second. And they got him. Couldn't make it back in. Decisive third game of the wild card round. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Dalton Varsho stands in now for the Diamondbacks. The 0-1. Swing and a foul out of play.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
Foul tip straight back, and that squared him up in the mask. That didn't feel good. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. No score here in the second. On the ground, right side. To first. And there's 2 away. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings in Game 4. It tied the series and was a huge momentum swing. Strike 2. Hit in the air out to center field. Cruz gets under it. And that's the third out. Back here at PNC Park. And now it's Brandon Lau.
Second baseman, Brandon Lau.
Gets to it with a slide. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Swings through that one for strike 2. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back. And it's off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
All over that one right there. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Jake Mangum can't hold up, and that's a strike. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Still able to get it there in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. And a base hit, and they take the lead.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
Trevor Story, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you've got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Here goes the runner. What a stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 1-0. This is the national decisive. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Singer back to work. In the air to left center. Gurriel moving under this one. And there's one away.
Up next for the Pirates, designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1. Hit hard on the ground to short. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Bryce Harper. That one ripped, but foul. About to get started for game one. Now it's the shortstop. And the series is underway. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. See you later. A two-run homer, and it gives them the lead in the first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead.
Lau at the plate.
0-1. Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Tap foul at the plate. Lau recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Batting fourth, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
A couple of singles back to back. Smash that will do the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Late with the swing there. Oh, great stop.
Well, this offense just got a major gift. Probably should have been a double play, but it all starts with a good feed to second. And right there, everything broke down on the throw. We'll see if they...
Oh, now this ball gets down. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's O'Neal Cruz. Swing and a miss at one above the zone. Strike two.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is a big first out. Let's take a look at our lineup. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike one. On a line out towards center. Reaching for it and brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 4-zip. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Runner on the go. That's it for a strike. High throw, and he's safe with a stolen base.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box.
Two on, two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ends the inning after they racked up. Will.
Say, out. Out. Say, out. You're out. 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 You're out. 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 You're out. Out.
Here's Royce Lewis. 0 for 3 in this one. In the air, right field. Reynolds should have this one. And there's one away.
Woo! He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit. I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. It's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
Struck him out swinging. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers. 2 down, bases empty. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. One strike away from securing game 1. Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. On to first, ball game. Here's one final look at the line score from this one. Okay, all set to go. Jared Triolo getting ready to hit. So we're off and running in game 3. Glass now back to work. The 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Glass now, a righty that throws with power. 34-year-old vet. He's a former National League Cy Young Award winner. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 0-2 now. On the ground. Lewis throws to first. And an easy out to start the game. Glass now. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So a good beginning for Tyler Glasnow. 2 down, bases empty. Brandon Lau, the next to hit. That's hard hit on the line. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands. You let the ball travel and you took the ball straight to it.
Oh, wow, what a stop. Pretty nice play there. And up. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel.
Runner on the go. Popped up. Kim moving under it. He's got it. One down. Brian Reynolds here. There's a line drive to left field. Reaching for it and brings it in. They've got a potent lineup, and with swings through that one for strike one. Action in the pen down there. Tatsuya Ima up and all three runners on the move here. On the ground to the left. And a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow, climb back.
Base hit. One run is in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
These guys are relentless.
Blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. He shoots one out to right. Decisive third game.
just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Ozuna in the box here and fouls it off for strike one.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up something, but you got to make some pitches.
And now everybody's running. This one checked in the ground, but foul. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. In the air to left center, Pirates gets under it. Brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. Reynolds comes round and he scores. Tags the runner and it's a double play. And now it's Brandon Lowe. He's already homered here in this one. Swamming a ground ball up the middle. And that one finds its way through. And on to a board. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
In there for strike one. Two on, two outs. Ground ball to the right side. Edman. And that is that. Bottom nine. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Will Smith. Late on that fastball. Here comes the Tanner Bybee on the pitch out of the pen here.
These are the spots where relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Line to left, and there's one away. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And now bring the tying run to the plate. Now here is Taylor Ward. Right through there for a strike. That's a strike, and the count is 0-2. Fights it off, we'll see another. In the air, right field. Reynolds should have this one. 2 away down. They're down to their final strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And that's it. Series over. They are off to the NLDS. The Bees take game 3 and are on to the division series, singing. This was a tough task having to play all 3 games in hostile territory, but they got it done winning 2 out of 3.
Well, you said it. Winning is always a challenge on the road, but even more so in the postseason. There should be a lot in this series, and I think this win is going to send them into the next round feeling pretty confident about what they can accomplish here in October.
And a tough end to the season on the other side. They obviously had bigger hopes for an October run, but that'll have to wait till next year.